Let's talk about something I get asked a lot and something that, well, I struggle with every day. And every day I get a little bit better at it. And it's, how do you quiet your mind so that you can hear what you need to hear from God? Whether it's maybe you're seeking wisdom, maybe you're listening for answers inside, maybe you are tapping into something to download what you're supposed to say, or maybe you just need the quiet. Sometimes it just feels impossible when your brain won't slow down. It's squirreling around and thinking about all different kinds of things, right? So here's some things that helped. Sometimes quieting your mind doesn't mean shutting it off. Sometimes it means letting those thoughts go through to make room for the new ones or for the voice you're listening for. And sometimes the quiet happens when you're distracted, when you're doing something that you have muscle memory with, like driving or in the shower or doing something, some mundane task that you just, a repetitive task. Some people even say when they're playing video games, when your mind is distracted with something, sometimes those thoughts come through too. And the reason why is because the quiet isn't around you, it's in you. Here are a few things that you might find helpful. Doing some journaling before the day starts, or maybe even starting the day with meditation. Going for a walk where you just hear outdoor sounds. Asking a question and then just letting it sit before you quiet your mind. Taking notes, believe it or not, throughout the day, because sometimes those thoughts will pop in and you'll forget. Sometimes I'll just record a video because it might be a big thought that I really need to talk out to get it in. So whatever works for you. I used to think that it would just be lost because there were times where a thought would come, an idea that I wanted to act on, and if I didn't write it down, I'd forget about it. But now I kind of changed my stance on that. Now I think, you know what, the really good ones, things that are meant to be heard, you're gonna hear again. Especially if it's something you're supposed to learn, something that's supposed to upgrade you or move you to the next level. You're gonna get the opportunity to learn it over and over and over again because God is relentless. He's after your heart and it'll come up again. And something else I learned is not only is he relentless, but he doesn't just drop a message and leave. He's gonna find a way for you to see it and to hear it and to get it. So I don't know, for a couple weeks I had this song that kept popping up in my head and I just thought, oh, there it is again. I'm so annoyed by this song. Until finally I was like, wait a minute, maybe I should pay attention to this song and see what, maybe there's something behind it. And sure enough, when I analyzed it a little bit, there was something behind it. There was something I was supposed to take away from it. And I found that really interesting because I was like, and now the song, it went away after I acknowledged what I was whatever was trying to teach me something from that song. And it's happened before. So that's just an example in my world. I'm sure you have examples that you didn't even think about. If you're feeling hurried and stressed and anxious, you have too much to do and you're scurrying about your day and it's too noisy, maybe that's the time where you give yourself a little bit of grace and quiet, some breaths. Because ultimately, in the big grand scheme of things, a lot of the little things we worry about and scurry around and think we have to get done isn't all that important. Not in the grand scheme. And it's not about perfection, and it's not about setting aside an hour to meditate. Sure, you can. I know people who do it consistently. I do short meditations consistently, but sometimes I'll do an hour long. But for the most part, there's only so many minutes in our days, right? So yes, throughout the day, I will take little minutes. At work, I'll go step away from my desk, go for a walk down the hall. I might take some breaths. I might do some squats and push-ups, whatever, just to move my body and just to take a break from that computer screen. And you should do the same. So take those little micro moments just as little steps towards getting some more quiet in your day and getting more in tune with the wisdom that is already at your fingertips and inside. You have access to everything. I'd like to hear, What is something that you've heard lately or think you heard? Drop it in the comments. I'd like to hear it. And did it feel like wisdom? Did you dismiss it like I did? And even if you're totally not sure, write it down anyway. Who knows? You might look back at it later and be like, oh, there was something there. I should have known, right? Anyway, let me know. I'll see you next time.